Hey, all right, let's go ahead and have this conversation. Thank you for joining me this morning at 6 a.m. And now you're back here at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Every single Tuesday is Power Up 15. 15 minutes. We're together in the morning. 15 minutes. We're together in the evening. We've been doing this now for a long time. So if this is your first time tuning in, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? On Periscope and on Facebook, go ahead and share out. I want everybody right now on the social media, if you will, to hashtag, that's the #, Power Up and the number 15. Just put it up under the video. Just put it in there in the Periscope and just put it everywhere. We're about to have a conversation. And today we're going to have an honest conversation. What you mean? For 15 minutes, we're going to talk about honesty. And today, we actually have the phone lines open. So I'm just going to talk, and we're going to exchange for 14 minutes, in the live feed. And then for the last couple of minutes, probably 13 minutes I'll talk, maybe 10 minutes I'll talk. And the last 5 minutes, you want to call in, you want to ask me a question, something surrounding honesty, what should you do, or something of that nature. You got 5 minutes to do that, because we're only going to be here for 15 minutes. All right, so let me hush. My name is Reid, affectionately called Reid. I'm the president of the MBN Network, which is the sponsor, the network, the partners of the network, sponsors Power 15 and Reid Live every single week. All right, it's because of them we're able to do what we do. All right, let's go. So I was having this conversation with somebody, and the conversation, what I said in the conversation, I'm gonna tell you what I said in the conversation, then I'm gonna talk about being honest and this whole honesty thing, how this came about on today, reason why we're gonna talk about it today. So I was saying to them, I said, man, you're one of the most divine things that you have as a person, as a human, is honesty. I said, it's divinity. It's powerful. It's sacred. It's a sacred tool, that we should use as humans. And it really causes something to happen to us spiritually. It really impacts us. It changes our creative element. It changes the way that we do what we do. It actually gives us some vibrancy. It actually is energizing. The energy, honesty. The energy that honesty releases is divine, and it literally can cause you to be more creative. It can give you a better cutting edge. It can give you enthusiasm. It can just rid you of lethargy. Honesty. So it is a sacred practice that I think a lot of people do not practice. And so what we were going to do, each and every last one of us that's watching this here broadcast sponsored by the MBN Network called Power Up 15, we on today, April the 17th, 2018, from here forward, we are going to practice the sacred art of honesty. And it's going to advance us spiritually. It's going to advance. I don't care what you are. You a nurse or a doctor, entertainer, actor, comedian, teacher. It's going to make your life a whole lot better, and especially the relationship you have with yourself and your closest relationship. Now, I'm going to use a passage that is in the Bible, and it's just a few words. And this is the word that we're the sentence that we're going to build this conversation around. Are you ready? As a man thinketh, so is he. All right, I really want you to just chew on that, because a lot of you that probably have been raised in the Christian church, you probably have heard that scripture used for a whole lot of different ways. And I'm not saying any of those things are wrong, but I want you to think about this particular passage in a different way. Let's say that, as a man thinketh. Now, where do thoughts happen? It happened in the head, it happened in the mind, and it happens in the heart. A lot of times it originates out of the heart. Okay, so as a man thinketh, and I want you to think here in your heart. Well, a little bit to the left, ain't it? As a man thinketh in his heart, that is who he is. What I think in my heart is who I really am. Okay? That's the true me. Okay, now then when you go get one of them other Bibles, that when we were raised in church, you can't read out them other Bibles. I started reading out of them. I didn't really start reading out of them until probably the last 5 years of me pastoring 20 years, because it has really made me feel like that if you read anything besides the King James Version, you was absolutely going to bust hell wide open. I mean, of course it won't literally, but that you were just wrong, it was improper. But Amplified Version says this: for as he thinks in his heart, so is he in behavior, one who manipulates. He says to you, eat and drink, yet his heart ain't with you, but it is begrudging the cost. Oh, I'll take you out to eat. Yeah, I'll buy your stuff, you know. But in that heart, upset that you got to spend this $3.99 at this buffet to get this sweet tea for this boy ain't bring his money. And so the Bible is saying here, what it is for real, is really who you are. So what we're going to do from here on, we're going to practice just being honest. And we're going to start with ourselves. Now look, I don't want you, let me put this disclaimer out here. I don't want y'all to mess up your marriages. I don't want you to mess up your relationships. I don't want you to mess up your friendships or nothing. So let's just start building our integrity. And integrity always starts with the what you tell yourself and the awareness you have of yourself. So let's just start with ourselves. Okay? We're going to start being honest to ourselves. We're going to start that. That's how we're going to start this sacred art. From here on, we're going to be honest to ourselves about what is going on. We are not going to manipulate our awareness of self or sabotage our awareness of self by paying attention to how we're acting. Well, I didn't say it. I didn't cuss them out, or, I smiled and I gave them a hug, and that can sabotage your understanding and your awareness of who you really are. And you start believing that you're that person that can smile and shake somebody's hand and they did you dirty wrong and you okay with it. No, that is not who you are. No, that's not who you can grow to that space, and do it in a healthy way. But that thing is killing you. And just one little piece. That's why you popping off at the house. You popping off at the house because, whenever you press stuff down and you hold stuff in, and then somebody say something and you just explode, that person gets all of that unresolved energy in that moment. Bam! And so what I'm trying to do is trying to encourage you to start telling yourself the truth and having a real conversation with yourself and being honest. Now, some of you may have been doing this. Well, hats off to you. You just do everything right. But some of us have not been as honest as we should to ourselves, about ourselves. And it's really sabotaging awareness, and it got us playing roles. And some folk we're disassociative and we don't know what we really want, what we really desire, what we really like, what we really attracted to, how we can't even figure all that out because we've been playing roles so darn long. And so honesty is something that's going to clear your entire life up. So we're going to talk about this today, and I feel like it might turn into next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We'll talk about it again. All right. Now let me read the Voice translation. I like the Voice translation. It says, "For deep down he's keeping track of the cost of that drink. Eat up, drink your fill, but he don't mean a word of it." We're not doing ourselves like that no more. We're too old for that. The tricks is for kids, isn't it? What, silly rabbit? We is too old for them games. I am 40 years old, and some of you watching me is older than me. Some of y'all is up there at the age of dirt. And it is extremely important for you to stop playing them reindeer games. You're too old for it. You do not have to lie about how you really feel and what you really thinking. God don't want you to do that. All right? And it's gonna empower you. It's gonna totally change your life. All right? Let me say this. Honesty is found in the heart, not in the hands. Honesty is internal. It's not external. A lot of times we act in a way that's really not authentic to how we really feel for one reason or the other. And I'm not telling y'all to go out there and just start doing all kind of crazy stuff. I ain't telling you to do that. But what I am telling you is to be honest about what really is. Now, once you are honest and open and transparent to yourself and to who it matters about what is really up, then you can edit. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but you weren't supposed to hear it. I don't know why that even happened. You can begin to edit or just get rid, delete altogether what you don't like or what doesn't serve you and what doesn't serve others. Okay? Be careful not to serve yourself up a tall glass of dishonesty. You must be honest about what is in your heart and what is your truth. While it is important to be honest with those, listen to this here. While it is important to be honest with those that are around you and those that you are in closest relationship with, it is most important to be honest with yourself about what your heart is and where your heart is. And that's difficult. Let me tell you something. When I started, I'm gonna tell you, I always been transparent, and I'm on some level am an extrovert, but I haven't always been honest. Not on purpose, but I get in my head, and when something happens and something transpires, I'm a head person. Especially as it relates to me, I tend to be in my head. When it comes to how I feel, it takes me a while, and in times past, it's taken years for me to get into how I really feel. When it comes to my feelings. Now, when it comes to you and my heart, you can get Larry Reid heart like that if you need some help, and I would get absolutely stupid. I know some of y'all watching me like that. I mean, I would get absolutely stupid. You talking about you need some help? And I can help you? Only thing you need a little love, a little hug. It used to be a little piece of... No, not the back end, the front end. I ain't never back end is for washing, for getting rid of stuff. But yeah, I would do anything. My money, my house, come on. I have moved whole families. Anything. Food, what? Car? Here the keys to one. So Larry, I get down. I used to. I ain't there no more. And before I know it, and I dig myself out, and I'm like, now I'm the victim because you done used me, you done did me wrong, you ain't cared about me, and my insecurity was big as I don't know what. Which was at the root of some of that all going on. Yeah, we'll get real stupid. If you need something, I get real stupid. Some of you watch me just like that. But when it comes to myself, it's like I was just a block. So I would analyze or rationalize and saying yes, I'm. This is how I feel, but no, it's how I think. I'm saying this is how I feel, but really it's what my thoughts were. And it's not really, and it'd be way forever before I get into my feelings. So I had to get past that first and then get to honesty. And so I was dishonest for many years, and it was just by default because of how I was. And maybe me explaining that helped somebody, because a lot of men are like this. Because we head first when it comes to our feelings. Used to be, oh, do you love me? You like, yeah, baby, I love you. Yeah, I love you, baby. Baby, I love you. But it's because, and it come from my head. So that means we pay bills. That means we ain't gonna sleep with no other chick. That means we're gonna take care of the kids. We're gonna go to work. I love you. But we ain't in the feelings of that thing. I was married 18 years, and it was 10 years into being married where I realized, I love this girl. 10 years. Most of the time, I'm just going to tell all the women, just so y'all know, since we're being honest. Let's be honest. Y'all ready to be honest? Okay, I'm about to speak for all the men. There are few exceptions to this, but I ain't met too many. We don't fall in love with the woman that bear our children or we marry for many years later. We just don't. We don't. We saying we love you, that mean we probably mean we're gonna provide and commit. We're gonna provide. I'm gonna say that. Some of us, that means we'll provide and commit. We'll commit to the provision before we get the whole commit to our bodies and all that kind of going on, our eyes and that kind of going on. And we can do that for years and mistake that for love. Y'all get there, women, y'all get there way before we get there. We get there. Oh, I'm off subject. All right, how am I? 6:17. Darn, I'm done. Okay, let me finish the thing about honesty. I'm laying the foundation for honesty. Not telling the truth is lying. And we know about that because we're being honest. Not telling the truth is lying. Yes, it is, every day, all the darn time. But not being knowledgeable of your truth is a perpetual lie. This is why it's a lie you tell all the time, and that's that untruth is going out into your world. It's going out into the universe. It is before the eyes of God. You bring it wherever you go. I don't care if you in church speaking in tongues, shouting. Dishonesty, that lying is still up in the ether, in the air, in your aura. It's there. You ever met somebody and you be like, that's a nice person, but just seems like something ain't right. A lot of times it could be many things, but sometimes it's just because they aren't knowledgeable of who they are, and so they sort of playing the role that they used to playing, that they think is being themselves, but something in you, because you don't went past that lesson. Life is a lesson, and some of us farther along in the lesson than others. And you done passed that lesson, you smell it, but nope, they ain't worth through that. They didn't. And it smell like, this person, don't you trust them? This is a trickster. This is a liar. But really, it can be that they just haven't connected. They're still in that stage like where I was. They're in the head. Ain't never got into their heart. And then after I got all that fixed, that's when I started on the journey of honesty. Because let me tell you this. Everybody ain't going to tell y'all this, but this how it was for me and most men. The first time you start being honest, it's almost like somebody taking a knife and a shovel and making you dig in your chest. I'm gonna tell you, I had a situation with one of my friends last year. Oh, a year ago. What is this? April? Over a year ago. Lord, Larry, you was growing so quick. And this was serious. This is a friend that I've known 20-something odd years. Let me tell you. I was stomping and hitting my leg. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I was hitting my leg and stomping on the phone because they asked me a question. Typically, ow! Oh Lord, I'm telling y'all too, but the title of the broadcast today is "Let's Be Honest." So typically, I can just tell the lie and won't even feel nothing. I mean, because I'm in my head with it. But if I got past that head and heart thing and now I know what's right there, and you ask me, and I started hitting my leg and stomping my feet and saying out of my mouth, yeah, I did that. It was so hard. It was so hard to do. So the first time you start being honest about it, so it's a sacred art. It's going to change your life spiritually. It's going to make your life better. All your relationship with yourself. It's going to be difficult, but you got to do it. 2018, 8 is the number of new beginnings. And it's just time now. You're trying to get to where you're trying to get, and you got to be honest. And the main person you got to be honest with is your darn self. Absolutely. All right? Our phone lines are, oh, shoot, they open and they up, but I ain't even hit the button where you can call in. So what we'll do, next week, we're going to talk about honesty one more time, and I'll share some stories, and I'll read some stuff that I've written down over the years. You guys, I pastored a church 20 years. You know how much, and I ain't preach and teach other folks stuff. It was all mine. I got stacks and libraries on every subject and everything. Some pastors, that you watch on TV actually borrow my stuff. I mean, call, text me, ask me for a particular subject, and I send it to them. I don't have no problem with that. Somebody got a relationship, but what I hate is these. But anyway, that's another conversation. So I got a lot that I can share, and I've learned a lot in my life, especially over the last year and some change. I am growing, and I have grown, and I'm going to help all of you do the exact same thing. All right, I love you, a woolly. Almost as much. No, that's a lie. I don't love nobody more than food, not even God himself. In fact, it's God and fried chicken. All right. See you guys later. I want you to take care of yourself and love everybody the best way you can, even them folk that get on your last nerve. Bye.